This morning, I hear U.S. Representative Doug Collins talking about balancing the budget and then subsequently paying off the national debt. That is so scary to me because what the 9th District U.S. Representative seems to believe is the impossible. It's mathematically impossible to pay off the national debt. Look, the United States government owes $18 trillion that is already borrowed and spent. It's continually borrowing more money to spend, increasing that figure every moment of every day of your life. The private debt in our country is $42 trillion. So if you add the $18 trillion and the $42 trillion, you come up with a final figure there of $60 trillion of total debt in our country. Now look, in circulation is only $11 trillion. The crazy thing about that is that all of that $11 trillion was originally borrowed into existence. See, we don't have a monetary system in this country. We have a private banking system. And that private banking system only issues currency at interest loaned into the economy. But they don't print the currency to pay the interest. And so, of course, the only way that you have available to pay the interest on the outstanding money supply is to borrow more money and pay the interest on the old money out of new money just borrowed. Our entire monetary system, if that's what you want to call it, is based upon Ponzi principles. And no Ponzi scheme, no pyramid scheme can possibly be paid off. Every Ponzi scheme and every pyramid scheme eventually fails. Yet, the 9th District U.S. Representative, Mr. Collins, believes that he has a plan, or that there is a plan in the U.S. House to both balance the budget and then begin to pay down the national debt. Because every dollar that actually gets paid back to its original issuer is extinguished from the money supply. That means that if that debt were paid off, there would be no money left in circulation. You see, that's the problem here. And if Representative Collins does not understand that problem, he can't fix the problem. Because the problem is not a matter of spending. It's a matter of debt. And because debt is used as legal tender, it's impossible to pay it off. You have to have more debt in circulation just to have a growing economy. But it's all false hope, because eventually the debt has to be paid. And we have reached a point in our country, a critical point in our country now, where the debt is so large and the debt service is so large that the Federal Reserve cannot even allow normal interest rates to occur. Because if we had normal interest rates, and if you really had to pay the cost of capital in this country, then that would bankrupt the U.S. government. The U.S. government cannot pay that kind of interest because it's already up to $18 trillion. And that any U.S. representative or any senator or any president might ever tell you that they have a plan to pay this off, they are, number one, giving them the benefit of the doubt, purely ignorant. Number two, they're trying to fool you. Or number three, they've simply become part of the problem, part of the ruse. They have gone to the other side, in other words. So I don't begin to know which side of this that Representative Collins is on, but simply that he believes that he can possibly pay this off is enough for me to try to warn the people of the 9th District that you need a different representative. You need someone who's dealing with the facts. You need someone who understands the problem, because only if you understand the problem can you deal with the problem. And the problem needs to be solved by abolishing the system that we live under. It's a system of monetary slavery. The only way to pay off the national debt is to reclaim ownership over the money supply. And if you did that, you would issue interest-free money from the government. The government would never have to borrow in order to pay its bills. Just think about that. Anybody ever really think about that? Why the United States government, the most powerful government on the face of the earth, has to borrow to pay its bills? It's a scam, my friends. It's a scam. They don't have to borrow. It's set up that way. And this is nothing but a wealth transfer system from the American people to the banks who actually run this country. That was on my mind today, so I thought I would throw that out.